Hey guys, this is a quick announcement before we get stuck into the replay. This is probably the best battle I have ever seen on Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 1. It is a custom map, it is a 60-minute replay, but all of them 60 minutes have complete action. They hit the nail on the head with kind of a bridge between strategic gameplay and cinematic gameplay. It's just, I can't kind of tell you guys enough how good this battle was, so make sure to watch it and drop a like and a comment down below if you enjoyed it, because it is just truly epic. I cannot stress that enough, and I guess I'll see you guys in the battle. Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome to the Siege of Destiny. This is an hour-long Total War Warhammer 2 replay. I don't think I've ever said them words in the entirety of Warhammer 1 and 2. This is an hour-long battle, and the city itself is the City of Destiny or something, which makes it even better to call this the Siege of Destiny. It should be absolutely insane. We obviously have 4 armies of chaos going up against 3 armies of the lizard men. I imagine we're going to have many back and forths, many insane engagements. So as our Lord and Savior Pixelated Apollo would say, make sure to get some snacks, make sure to get some drinks and get comfortable, because we're in for one hell of a battle. All the mods we're using will be in the link in the description down below. We're using the Ultimate Chaos mod, which brings in all 4 of the Chaos Lords, as well as mods to buff up the Lizardmen roster, and obviously the custom map itself. So you can find them all in the description down below. So let's start stuff off kind of slow. We'll go ahead and run through what the armies are bringing and what people are taking into the battle. I'll make sure to put on screen when the battle starts right now, so if you don't really care, you can just go ahead and skip to it straight away. So we'll start off with the Lizardmen. Well, I guess we'll start off with the city itself. So the city itself, there are 2 entrances into the main fort. It's into the streets. Then when you get into the streets, it breaks up into several little choke points, which the defenders can take hold of. There's also a nice little barracks area over here, again defended by a wall. And then we finally have the final kind of last palace stand right the way over here. But the defenders can hold up in all of these streets, and I believe you can also get some nice positions into certain gaps and take advantage of that. So the defenders themselves, we do have on the front line some Blessed Temple Guard. These guys are going to be holding the front line from the Chaos Forces and trying to push them back. More Blessed Temple Guard. We also have, again, more Blessed Temple Guard, so a lot of elite units. The Lord of Chosen is currently smacking away at one of the units of Blessed Temple Guard, reducing their magic resistance as well, which is a really smart move. We also have some Skink Brave Javelins back here again. So it looks like we're going to get some creme de la creme units, which are all ready to fight and die for our entertainment. An Ancient Stegodon back here. We also have some of these Carnosaurs, along with, there's just so much Blessed Temple Guard in this battle. The Lizardmen are definitely not going to be going down without a fight. We also have some Kroxigors right here, some Sotek Kroxigors, who are probably one of my favourite Lizardmen units for sure. More Blessed Temple Guard. Oh no, these are Honoured Guards. Sorry, my mistake. They do look quite similar though. And again, yeah, these guys look pretty cool. These guys look like something I would be playing on Blood Bowl whenever I take my my Lizardmen out for a spin. We also have some of these Horned ones. And then finally, I want to kind of see what they brought for the final stand back here, which we'll be seeing, I imagine, right towards the end of the battle. We do have 2 Carnosaurs. We have some of these blasted Bastiladons, or blessed Bastiladons, ready to shoot out. Some more of the horned ones. Oh, the Horn Guard. Oh, these guys are going to do damage. I already know it. Just lots of elite infantry. We also have, oh my god, this guy is an absolute beast. He's like a special hero for the Lizardmen. Oh, I already know he's going to do a lot of damage. And we obviously also have Krotkar and another special general as well. And if we take a look at the Chaos armies, I imagine we'll be seeing plenty of the Chaos Gods. So we do have some Warriors of Tzeentch over on this right flank. I imagine we've got 1 of each of the Chaos Gods, because there are 4 Chaos opponents. So I would imagine we have, 1 of each. I love the Warriors of Slaanesh as well in their wonderful uniforms. But it's like really good, because it's like super superficial, but then he's also covered in all these gross creatures as well. We also have some Plague Knights of Nurgle who are going to be making up the main ranks, along with the Slaanesh Blessed as well, just in pink armor. Very, very nice. We also have some of the Pleasure Seekers, one of the best named units in this mod, the Pleasure Seekers, along with some Knights of Slaanesh. We also have more heavy infantry, the Chosen of Nurgle. Where is Khorne at? Where my boy Khorne at? We do just have some normal Chosen back here. Did no one bring them? I guess not. We also have some Chaos Dwarf Riflemen, so the Chaos Dwarfs are being brought to this battle. Oh, Corner probably right in here. Yeah, here we go. The Skull Takers are ready to take some skulls and add to their pretty necklace they have. They also have a Bloodthirster as well. I remember seeing him in a free-for-all battle I did not so long ago, and he absolutely ruined so many people. We also have a Forsaken Giant. Oh, I love his armor. He looks deadly. And then finally on this left flank, we do have some more Bloodletters. Are these guys? Yeah, Bloodletters of Khorne. That's very cool. One of the other notable units that that the forces have brought, obviously, we do have this Lord of Change over here, going to be casting a lot of horrific magic onto the Lizardmen, and then we also have this guy right here, the General for the disgusting creatures. Look at him, the Great Unclean One. He is going to be buffing up Nurgle forces and pushing on. So let's just go and get this battle started. I imagine we'll be seeing the magic being cast off right here, and that's kind of where we'll kick the battle off, as the Chaos do decide to push up. So yeah, I can't believe this is literally an hour-long replay. I don't think I've ever had an hour-long replay. Now, it's not something I'd probably want to have all the time. I think it would probably kill me doing hour-long replays every single video. But getting these now and again when they do turn up in these custom map battles is awesome. I imagine one of the Karak Kajim maps would probably be an hour-long as well. The main one. I can't remember the last time they added it. I think it's a Warhammer 1 map, with the great holds when they literally have the huge big bridge of Karak Kadrin. I can't remember what the map is called, but I imagine that map would be absolutely amazing in Warhammer 2, so hopefully they do port it over. We do have a Cold-Blooded being popped on his Blessed Temple Guard, which I think it just replaces HP. It doesn't summon any more soldiers back from the dead. That's a smart move. It kind of, nullifies a lot of the magic that had been cast. Also, look at this this shield right here, this medallion. It's actually protecting these guys from the Hell Cannon fire. And these walls are actually acting like walls. It's one of the first times I've actually seen, normal walls actually perform correctly. Because a lot of the time when, artillery just shoots through the walls, they clip through them. But these are actually helping out. We immediately get another wither going on them, and that's going to be, oh my god, that's doing a lot of damage. Oh, that's the extended version. That's a lot of winds of magic that the Chosen One is using, or the Ever-Chosen. Not the Ever-Chosen, what the hell is he called, sorry. The Lord of Change. I don't know why I got confused between him and everyone else. What the hell was that fire going down there? We did have the first unit, the Warriors of Nurgle, being pushed up, but they're going to be in a little bit of a Lizardman sandwich right now. I don't know, I want to eat the Warriors of Nurgle. We also have, I imagine, going to be some of the Bastiladon cannons back there, the solar engine cannons coming in. This is a real nice little ambush, and I really enjoy the way that these Blessed Temple Guard aren't engaging on the Warriors of Nurgle. Because if they were to move in, they could, one, get outflanked by more soldiers coming in, and obviously they would open them up to the Pink Horrors of Tzeentch. The Pink Horrors of Tzeentch are a nasty, nasty unit. They can absolutely just burn alive anything they get in their path. So I do definitely I like the way that the forces of the Lizardmen are holding up and keeping them at bay. Also, the people in my Discord as well, this is a Discord submitted replay, said this was probably one of the best battles they've ever fought on Warhammer 2, so I assume it is obviously going to be very good. Oh, a really nice plague attack by the Great Unclean One, but those men are going to come in now that they can no longer be flanked. The solar engines are obviously going to be trying to focus down the Great Unclean One with as much as they can. But these breath attacks are brutal. Oh, look at that. I mean, it doesn't do a crazy amount of damage like we saw on the other units. However, it's definitely doing damage, and it's also disrupting, allowing more and more of the Chaos Forces to actually get involved and stuck in. I'm surprised the Great Unclean One is going to be left in the middle of the gap. But I guess all of these spells he's popping up, we'll see what this one is. Some rot, glorious rot. I love that. God, Nurgle's going to be so much fun in the third game. They really are. They're just absolutely disgusting. Especially, again, I revert back to Blood Bowl. Whenever I play them in Blood Bowl, they're just absolutely revolting, and it's amazing. We also get some javelins being brought up as well. This is going to definitely help clean up these guys, because obviously the forces of the Lizardmen, they are heavily outnumbered. They don't want to be overcommitting too many. Actually, they not actually have more men, but obviously Chaos have spent a lot more money than them. So, like, yeah, because these guys are outmatched, I guess, quality-wise, it's going to be up to the forces of the Lizardmen to really use their men as best as they can. Oh, wow, is that the Horrors of Tzeentch going in right now? Yes, it is. The Horrors of Tzeentch, they have so much ammunition left as well. Just burning away. Look at the devastation they've caused on these units. That's just so much damage over time, and I imagine the Champion of Nurgle as well also did some good damage. as we do get another chain lightning going off back here as well. The Horrors of Zinch have to be very careful, because if these skink javelins can get some javelin toss on them, I imagine the pink horrors will go down extremely quickly, and that's kind of like the counter to them. I'm surprised these skink warriors aren't being pushed up to be engaged and forced there, because at the moment, actually, to be fair, these guys are doing a great job of not taking too much damage. I think we're going to get an Ancient Stegodon up here, one, to tank the fire, because if it gets in the way of the fire, then, you know, this is going to be absorbing it, and then it can also shoot away with its javelins and also its kind of like blisters it has on top of it. So this is a smart move. Bring up the Ancient Stegodon here. It can go ahead and act as just like a shield wall. However, you're going to be getting shot by the Chaos Dwarfs as well, who have now been brought up to the battle. They're going to be doing some good damage. Obviously, Thunder is always a good anti-large force. And that's probably going to force back the Ancient Stegodon. So I already like this real big back and forth. Attackers aren't over-committing quite yet. This is a really strategic battle. And oh my god, the Ancient Stegodon is getting pounded by the missile fire from the gunners and needs to get fallen back. This is very much a back and forth of strategic gameplay we have right now, which is something we don't get too often. You know, normally we do get the more cinematic battles, which I think is better overall. But getting these more strategic kind of slow-paced battles is always fun once in a while, that is for sure. Because, you know, the Ancient Stegodon got pushed up to defend the warriors from the pink horrors of Zinch, and then obviously they brought up their gunners to counter that and also shot some magic missiles into it as well, forcing it back, allowing them to then have their horrors of Zinch up there as well. So the Great Unclean One is fighting hard. I imagine he must have been absorbing a lot of missile fire, but he's taken like no damage. Does he regenerate out of interest? I mean, because look at him, he's a beast. Poison attacks, Greater Demon. I can only imagine he regenerates his HP, which must be absolutely crazy. Maybe he has some abilities to regenerate. Yeah, you can see all this Javelin Fire going off on him, trying to do some good damage. Yeah, he does regenerate. Wow, he is so good. These Bastillodon crystals have been shooting away for a long time. We also have the Skink Priest up here as well. A nice little scythe there as well on the side of the Chaos Forces, hitting away, doing a lot of damage. We have more of the best Temple Guard making its way up, but I feel like Chaos have managed to smash their way through this somewhat nicely. Definitely. Oh no, sorry, I got mixed up. The Chaos definitely have more soldiers. They have 4,000. I thought I was looking at the point of view of the defenders. I was mistaken by. So the Warriors of Sinesh are going to be, sorry, not Sinesh, obviously the Warriors of, yeah, Sinesh, what am I talking about? They're going to be pushing up now, and they're going to be taking on the Blessed Temple Guard and trying to bring them down. Lots of missiles in the background, flying forward, trying to take out the anti-large. These Warriors of Sinesh, though, are going to be getting hit hard by all the Javelin Fire, and the Javelin Fire can do a lot of damage in the side and back, but they kind of come in at an angle. As the way that the forces of the Lizardmen have formed up, they've got a really, really nice formation right here. Got a nice little core sphere, plus these dudes are also getting some replenishment, and we also have some nice weapon damage. They're going on a nice little frenzy mission right now. So if I was the Javelins, I'd be focusing down these pink horrors. I imagine they would go down so quickly, and they are going to get pushed back. The Warriors of Sinesh not doing the god justice right here. And with the sheer amount of Javelin Fire, they're going to be broken back. We just have this Lord of Death right here. I think that's what he's called. No, he's just a champion of Nurgle, being on the front line. I love his scythe as well. That looks really nice. So they're going to be getting cut down, which is interesting. And here you can see these guys are running away. Javelin Fire going overhead. So the Lizardmen on this left side, Mazdamundi has managed to keep these guys at bay. And obviously he has a lot of abilities as well to also pop off. Oh my god, this other one, this spell has just absolutely ruined so many of the Lizardmen. You can see their numbers dropping horrifically, and that's not good for them. Over on the right-hand side, the bridge is still holding. More and more infantry being committed now. We actually have some Saurus Totem Spear Warriors being brought up. And these guys are like some big boys right here, compared to the normal Lizardmen unit. These guys look pretty stacked, like they've been hitting the gym. I guess it's a good unit as well to scare off the Grey Unclean One as well, having that anti-large there. Because is he just back up to full health now? Where has he gone? He's right there going, but he's just back up to full health. Wow, he's just such a powerful unit. He really is. I wonder if he has a set amount of HP he can regenerate. I think he does, because I believe in Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2, you can only use so many Earthbloods, so maybe he will eventually run out of regeneration and start going down. So it's kind of good that they're using up his regeneration at the beginning of this battle. So now it's going to be the turn of the champions of Nurgle. They're going to be thrown up and they're going to have their go at trying to take this out. The Javelin Fire is still very, very plentiful. They still got half their ammunition left pretty much. And they're taking down a lot of these soldiers. More of this artillery fire coming in as well, trying to focus down whatever's back here, killing a lot of these Router's units as well. And more of a Temple Guard just running in right now, looking to really get committed here. Another unit of less Temple Guard being committed to the fight. It does look like the entire garrison of this barracks has now been brought out. They've gone ahead and seized, but they need to hold the gates for a bit longer, and they've gone ahead and committed all of their forces out. You can see them right here, coming round to the main gate as they are starting to make that breach point. This Great Unclean One is just giving no quarter, no mercy whatsoever. And I think that's when the Lizardmen are going to start to struggle. As soon as these gates go down and the the Chaos Forces can just simply pour in. We haven't actually seen anything from Khorne yet, I don't believe. Are Khorne just holding back their forces? I imagine Khorne would be like the first units in, if anything. Yes, all these Plague Reapers of Nurgle, which again I'll show you guys, they look awesome. Look at these guys. Oh, that looks so good. So good. So it does seem like Chaos is just, Khorne are just waiting back, waiting for everyone else to be pushed up. And then coming in to clean up, which is definitely a smart move, leaving some elite warriors back. You can see some nice, the horrors of Tzeentch in the background as well. Fire, you can just see their flamethrowers in that battle back there. But I think that left side with Mazdamundi, he's obviously keeping the soldiers in check. Oh, a nice little banishment. Banishment is spell? I don't know if this is banishment. But this is a nice little spell. I'm not sure if it was caused by Mazdamundi. It is unfortunately going to go the wrong way, but it still definitely did a lot of damage on the forces of Chaos. We're actually going to be routing quite a few of these warriors. You can see a balance of power. The defenders have definitely racked down the number advantage for Chaos. You know, they had a 1,000-man advantage at the beginning of the battle, or just under a 1,000-man advantage. And now that spell, that advantage is definitely getting weakened down. The defenders over here are definitely running out of soldiers, but they're also whittling down the defenders. We also have this Ancient Stegodon going down as well. I imagine that was due to the Thunderers of the Chaos Dwarfs as well. Mazdamundi is making his way up. He's going to be casting a nice little spell right here. Oh, this is a banishment. This is going to rip, and it is exactly that. Look at the damage that is inflicting on these warriors as they do try and run away. Everyone flees from Mazdamundi's magic spells. He's actually going to maybe catch off a couple of these chosen great weapons as well. And I think that's going to force a lot of the attackers to then move up. I'm also really excited to see what these guys can do as well. There's a group of 4 Pterodon riders right there, and obviously Chaos themselves don't really have a lot of anti air units, besides the Thunderers and the Chaos Dwarfs. Oh, a nice little ruination of cities right there as well, tearing through a lot of these Chaos Warriors. It's a shame I missed that, but that I imagine would have done a lot of damage. The garrison from the barracks has now arrived, and they're going to be committing. Unfortunately, it does look like they've kind of come one way into the field, and I feel like they should have really pushed around, but they do have more soldiers ready to come in, so maybe committing everything here isn't such a bad idea. Also, these javelins or these blowpipe users are in the perfect position right now, just tearing into the side of the warriors of Nurgle, giving them a hammering. Oh, this is brutal. In their backs as well. They don't have any shield defense. There's also more soldiers up here. If anything, the warriors of Nurgle need to push around here and silence these guys as soon as possible. Because not only that, they could easily attack the other gate as well right now if they just commit enough soldiers. I think that's what they need to do. They just need to kind of just fist their way through this gate and just try and really make a play for this second position right here. Because I think once they take this gate, they're going to be not getting smashed by these choke points anymore. And that's going to really allow them to use their men and use their soldiers to start hitting them from everywhere. Big spell coming off there, ripping through the Lizardmen. However, Mazdamundi does just about in time protect his soldiers with this Star Wars looking shield. Does look like some of the Gungans would bring up. And maybe that's what inspired more of the Gungans, with Warhammer. I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, but these javelins have done so much damage. How many kills? 73. That's definitely been worth it. More and more of them are being brought up though. It's the Warriors of Tzeentch's turn now to try and break this. We have Slaanesh, we have Nurgle, and now it's Tzeentch's turn to try and crack this. Not going to be an easy task, that is for sure. But I imagine they can do it. The Great Unclean One is over here as well, and he is, I imagine, just ripping these guys apart. His morale is not great though. You can see his morale is actually kind of weak. And it does look like more and more of the Temple Guard, there's so few of them left here now, but they are holding the line, and that's exactly what they need to do. That is the main thing about this battle. And we also have, do we have a second Mazdamundi? Oh no, this is just a normal Slam Priest right here. Yeah, normal Slam Priest on his chair. You don't actually see too many Slam Priests in battles. Because I guess if you're going to take a Slam Priest, you just take Mazdamundi. These Temple Guard need to be very careful, though, not to overextend. But I guess if they are on a rampage, there's nothing they can really do about it. The Breath Attacker Bait is about to rip through them and disrupt them, which is a really smart move, because this now allows them to kind of take advantage and force the Lizardmen to take the engagement outside the city, which is exactly what they are doing. We can see right there they're forced to do it. Also, take a second, guys, to look at the amount of bodies piling up right now. That is pretty crazy. So many dead bodies right now. Another banishment spell going off on the Great Unclean One. I kind of feel like that was a waste of the spell right there. He could have popped on these 3 units, these followers of Khorne, who have now finally turned up to battle. Oh, I love their swords. Their swords are awesome. That's a really, really cool unit. I love as well how bright they are as well. You know, because you just don't really do as much damage to the Great Unclean One. He just seems to completely replenish all his HP. So Khorne are going to be coming up now, trying to break the Lizardmen back. I mean, they're going to be achieving that very soon. I can't imagine Lizardmen really having much left back here. And the city gates are soon to be overwhelmed completely. Over here, the Blessed Temple Guard are still holding that line. They're still keeping the Warriors of Tzeentch. I think that's why it's so important they really try and make a push on this right-hand side. The right-hand side is where they are, you know, they're taking a lot of names and bringing down a lot of units. So if they can then support, you know, into the flank against these guys at this gatehouse, that would be amazing. A nice little shield defense there by Mazdamundi as well, popping that off. I think at the moment as well, all of the ammunition for the javelins have been used up now. So that's going to be a huge disadvantage for the defenders. However, the Lord of Change is making his way up here. I honestly just think that the attackers just need to force their way in here and just try their best to break these guys down. I'm going to get another banishment spell here. No, we get a Comet of Cassadora. Luckily, though, the forces were smart enough to run away. A nice little bit of magic missiles going off. And Mazdamundi is a little bit weak, especially if these Tzeentch warriors, these pink horrors of Tzeentch, can start firing down on Lord Mazdamundi as well. Some of the more chosen with great weapons are being brought up, and they're going to be a great unit to kill the Lizardmen who are chosen with great weapons, because they can provide so much damage, as they are obviously armor piercing, as well as having that two-handed weapon. A sorceress bringing his way up as well. Maybe he's going to be causing some good damage. I mean, using these champions as well is not a bad idea, because they just need to break this line as best as they can. We're getting again some more missiles coming off Tzeentch. Tzeentch's Firestorm being popped up. There's so many more magic spells which have been brought into this chaos thing, so that's why I'm always having to hover over. I just don't know the magic so much, because Ultimate's Chaos has brought in a whole, I think, different lore of magic. That Great Unclean One, man, he is just unstoppable. I mean, I don't even know how to kill him. I guess you just can't kill him. I mean, is he still regenerating? Still regenerating as well. I honestly don't know. He just seems so goddamn strong. Yeah, imagine you rout him. Maybe he does eventually hit his cap. I just don't know. Oh wow, that unit of Bloodletters, oh my god, a unit of Bloodletters just came out of the rift. The vortex has opened up, and these Bloodletters are going to start doing so much damage. They're a really strong unit, coming right into the start. We do have a Revitalization Crystal coming off, replenishing HP of these Khorne. Well, these Khorne ones are an elite unit. However, they are getting taken down very, very nicely by the warriors of the Bloodletters. Wow, they just came out of nowhere. I love going over here as well, just seeing this bubble being popped off. It looks so cool. A nice little net of Amantok there going off back onto these warriors trying to reinforce. And the net of Amantok does a lot more than it might suggest. You know, it is slowing up these forces. You might be the Jackie, them units weren't really even moving, but it's stopping them from reinforcing their losing units. You know, these warriors of the Lizardmen are winning this battle, and they're doing a lot of damage, and it's preventing them from committing, you know, some elite units. These are the Dark Warriors, the Dark Warriors back there, and also these princes and these great warriors, these great chosen as well, great weapon chosen, which are being brought up. You know, the Dark Prince Warriors, I imagine, are an extremely good unit. A lot of armor, 120 armor they had on them just then. I love their capes as well. That's awesome. That's even more impressive as well, because modders can only use stuff that is already in Warhammer 2 since they found a way to import stuff from Attila. Comet of Cassadora coming down getting an okay hit off there, doing some good damage to the pre-existing units. Yes, that's some good comment of Cassandra. I'll give him that. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's even more impressive. All of these units you see in like Radius, Steel Faith Overhaul, the Ultimate Chaos and stuff like that. All the models and stuff have been brought from other units and just kind of put together like a jigsaw puzzle, which is always so impressive. I imagine that's another revitalization crystal going off there, trying to bring these guys up to full strength. Lots of missiles coming off. Master Mundi is so close to going down. That's going to be huge. Master Mundi is such a powerful spellcaster. And these champions of Zinch have been coming in, shooting missiles at him and running away. Master Mundi needs to fall back. And that's exactly what he is doing. The Lord of Change, I imagine, is coming up to finish him. Is he going to be able to get these missiles off and do damage? I guess exactly what he's doing. He's going to go and shoot him. Master Mundi pops off the shield just before. Holy crap. That was so goddamn close. Another Cassandra, a fadeaway comet of Cassandra. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Master Mundi just survives. And hopefully there's some cold-blooded or some revitalization crystals that can bring Master Mundi back up to full HP. Because it is heavily needed. Wow, this battle for the gates has been raging on. The Lizardmen have been holding so good. I'm surprised how well the Lizardmen held. I'm really surprised. They've been casting down chaos left, right, and center. And I imagine that's because Master Mundi has been there casting off spells and regenerating soldiers whenever he can. And obviously, a lot of units have been committed. But we're, what, 20 minutes, 23 minutes into the replay, 22 minutes into the replay. And the gates are still yet to be breached. That is absolutely insane. I'm going to say that, but over on this right side, it does look like they are going to be broken down very, very soon. But the amount of bodies just piling up right here as well is insane. We have this ancient Stegodon up there, but we do have pretty much the entirety of the Khorne forces still left to be committed, just waiting in the wings for their chance, for their opportunity to push up. All of these Skull Takers, who I imagine are just so good in combat, and obviously the Bloodletter of Blood. What is this guy called again? The Bloodthirster, yeah. I wonder if we're ever going to get Demon... I mean, we must get Demon Princes in the last game, right? Because that's going to be so goddamn cool to see the Demon Princes fighting away in the third game. Because I imagine the third game is going to be the end times. I think that's what everyone suggests, and it just makes perfect sense for them to do the end times, which is going to be crazy. I hope I imagine we're going to get an Eye of a Vortex campaign for the end times, and it's going to be so much fun because I don't want to spoil anything if people don't really want to find spoilers, but there's just so many people coming together to fight the greater evil. But there's also a lot of betrayal going on in the kind of, you know, the pre-existing factions as well. It's just a really, really cool period in Warhammer. And it's just a shame it ended like it did with Age of Sigmar coming out, because I feel like it could have been such an awesome event if Age of Sigmar just wasn't the result, honestly. So it does look like the gates have now been breached. And we are going to be getting a nice little fallback position right here. More of the Horned Guard, who are, as we've seen already, a really elite unit. And it does look like we're going to be getting soldiers pouring around this temple in the circle. There is also some cavalry here for the forces of the Lizardmen as well. We do have this selection of cavalry back here. Heavily armored, horned ones of Istil, I think is how you pronounce it. They're like, must be like a god or something. And this cavalry, I imagine, will get some good charges off. Because again, it doesn't look like the Chaos really have much anti-large whatsoever. More of the Javelins. The Javelins have just been plaguing the Dark Princes and all the warriors of Chaos, almost like Nurgle. They've just been doing so much damage. Oh my god, look at this Chaos Prince right here, or the Dark Prince with just a Javelin sticking out of his face. So the next engagement is going to be kicking off. I'm also really happy with how well this is run so far in this battle. I'm happy that my graphics card isn't letting me down. And an update for you guys, if anyone's been following my channel for a little while, I've been talking about upgrading my computer for some time now. I'm currently running an i7-8700 series. However, my i9 has just turned up, so I'm going to be buying a new motherboard for that very, very soon. And I also should have a 1070 Ti on the way as well, which is going to replace my 970, which was just such a huge bottleneck for my system. So when I upgrade from the 970 to the 1070 Ti, we should see a great improvement. I'm also going to be doing some comparison videos as well, so we can check out what, how much of an improvement I get in the laboratory as well. So hopefully we can start having these much greater these huge battles. Because I think it'd be so exciting just to see, my 1070, the i9, that's going to be literally, the only thing better I could get is a 1080 for that. I also have something I think I only have 16 gigabytes of RAM, so maybe I'm going to have to upgrade that, get 32 or something. Not that I imagine the laboratory would be using that much anyway. But yeah, like I'm excited to see how the laboratory is going to handle the i9 and the 1070 Ti, because I think that's going to be awesome. Oh wow, we're getting a lot of missile fire coming off right here, down onto these Berserk Saurus warriors right there, who are currently fighting away against the warriors of Zinch. Doing some good damage to both of them, but just not going to be enough. Over at the gate as well, we do have these Skink Brave Blowpipers, who I imagine have rinsed through all their ammunition, going in against the Great Unclean One. Yeah, you can see the Great Unclean One has actually capped out on his replenishment. You can see that right there. If I press I, maybe, you can see he can no longer replenish, so they've managed to do a lot of damage to him. Okay, that makes it a lot more balanced, yeah, these guys are going to be trying to get the hell out of there, I imagine. And I still have a bit of ammunition left, and every single shot you get on the Great Unclean One now is going to be very, very vital. We also have a Ancient Stegodon out here, and this has probably bided them enough time to reform up their battle line, I would say. Chaos Warriors just don't seem like they're a match for these Elite Saurus Warriors. I'm not sure whether it's Radius or another mod that we're using, but these Saurus Warriors seem extremely elite. They are just taking names against these Chaos Warriors. We also have a lot of the Javelins trying to focus down these Thunderers as well. And that's a good target to take down, because I imagine these Chaos Dwarf Riflemen still have a lot of ammunition left. They have a lot of ammunition left. So the fact that they can take these guys down is actually really effective. Because they're going to be doing a lot of anti-armor damage, obviously, and the Lizardmen are filled with armor. They're going to be filling back, taking quite a few casualties as they do try and pull back, but the Warriors of Slaanesh have now turned up. Are these Sigvolt Special Guard? No, these are just the Lancers of Slaanesh. Look, again, always looking so goddamn great. They always look amazing. So yeah, more warriors being pushed up, trying to attack down every single crevice and breach. We have these awesome looking Dark Prince warriors. And this is going to put this unit of Saurus Warriors under a lot of pressure, because they're being attacked from two different sides with one unit. So it's going to stretch it quite a lot, and I imagine do a decent amount of damage. So let me know in the comments right now who you think is going to win at this point. The gates have obviously been lost. Oh, we have that Dragon Ogre back there as well. Yeah, I just keep on forgetting. The Warriors of Chaos have so many deadly monsters still left remaining, but the Lizardmen, just their infantry seems really good. And oh, here we go. The last garrison has been brought out of the final palace area, and they're going to be looking to make a final stand, I imagine, around here, which is a smart move, kind of opening up the breach, allowing the Chaos to throw more and more soldiers at you whilst doing a lot of damage to them. They're also going to be committing more soldiers into the front line. I love this. I really enjoy the fact that they're not just going to be holding one choke point. I think that's really awesome. Again, if you guys want to be a part of these battles, I'll leave a link in the description down below. Make sure to join the Discord, because we get some insane battles like this. And yeah, this has truly been an epic battle. Again, as I said, not something I want every single day, you know, every single battle, whether they are hour-long battles, because I wouldn't be able to physically do that. But having these battles turn up every once in a while, and for people to be playing like this as well, is just amazing. I literally cannot thank my Discord enough. You know, they're not being, because a lot of the times when I do get battle replays, it's like someone who's like 1v1 their friend and absolutely slaughtered him, or like, you know, they play really, really gamey, and I feel like this battle has been the perfect mix between tactics and still making it feel cinematic. Like, this has actually probably been my favourite battle so far I've ever got. This is awesome so far, and hopefully, you know, it's only halfway through as well. Only halfway through, so we still have so much more action left to go. I hope you guys are still with me and watching. The Dragon Ogre continues to come flying in, doing a lot of damage. The Carnosaur is also going to be doing great damage to the Dragon Ogre Shagoth, bringing him down. But I think the main thing about the Dragon Ogre is he's disrupting the units more than anything else, and he's allowing more Chaos Warriors to come around the flanks, and that's exactly what they're doing as they are just pouring in to the battle. We do actually have a nice little ambush set up right here, though. I imagine these guys are hidden right now. I'm not sure if there's a way for me to see, but I would assume these guys are hidden, and they might be able to get a nice little ambush off of some of these Chosen who are just waiting in the wings. The balance of power is still so even. Numbers are extremely even as well. No one giving an inch whatsoever. Mazdamundi is coming back. He needs to be so careful. I imagine he's come up to maybe pop that. Yeah, exact shield right there. That does not surprise me that we're seeing that spell being brought into the battlefield. But the magic missiles coming off. Mazdamundi is just going to go charging in. One last charge before he goes down. His HP must be so low. Yep, but he is going in for one epic charge. And the Dragon Ogre might take him off. And there, Mazdamundi has been slain. Just eviscerated, teleported out, and taken to the ethereal planes, I would assume. Ascending, almost. The pink horrors, how much ammunition do these guys have left? That's what I want to find out. Because they have been fighting for a long time. Still so much ammunition left. My god. There's not many of them left because of the javelins, but even still. You have a chosen Lord of Slaanesh. I don't think we ever checked him out on his unicorn. Of course he's on a unicorn. Why would he not be? The Hell Cannon has also been brought up. And that Hell Cannon has barely been shooting all game, so I imagine we will be seeing lots and lots of damage going off. Oh, the Dragon Ogre Shag-Off bow was extremely low. Sorry, I pressed K way too long. These javelins have just been so valuable for the Lizardmen. I cannot stress that enough. And they might be able to take down the Dragon Ogre as he does try and run away. He tries to get away. And I think he's just about going to, but he cannot be on a large amount of HP. No, 300 HP. The Great Unclean One has come up, and he's going to be a perfect target for the javelins as well, especially now they can damage him, that his regeneration has now failed. Oh, the Carnosaur is coming in, though, and he's going to get a nice little charge off on... No, he's not. Who's he going after? The Dragon Ogre? Oh, he's just going hard for the Dragon Ogre, I think. No, oh my god, he could have just killed all these pink horrors. That would have been amazing for them. Oh yeah, he's going to go after the Dragon Ogre and actually just take him out. Awesome. That is crazy, crazy cool. The Horn Ones, I think, sprung their ambush and engaged against this unit of Chaos Dwarf Riflemen. This is the perfect target for them to take out. However, I think they're actually going to be trying to kill the champion of Nurgle, or they're maybe trying to just pull out of here. Yeah, this would be a smart move, especially now the Chaos are turning round. These gunners could easily get a turning flank. I think by the moment, though, they're actually trying to focus down this Carnosaur, which has engaged against the Warriors of Slaanesh right there. Yeah, this cavalry is running away, trying to maybe take down these pink horrors. Yes! That's a good charge off on them into the back ranks of these warriors, the Slaanesh Blessed as well. Not really a crazy charge, but definitely a good charge nonetheless. And they're still just trying to break up against these battle lines. Such a good engagement going on here. Both sides not giving any quarter whatsoever. The javelins flying out, doing so much damage. And yeah, again, they're trying to focus down these pink horrors. You know, the pink horrors, that's one of the downsides of them. They don't have a lot of range, so they are really easy targets for the javelins. And you know, if you imagine if you were playing against the elves right now, this unit would just get focused down so quickly, they would just be non-existent. The elves would destroy them, and especially with artillery as well, you know, with bolt throwers or cannons or mortars or Hellstorm rocket batteries, because their range is so small, you know, it looks like they have a lot of ammunition and they can do a lot of damage, but if they were kind of fighting anyone besides the Lizardmen, I imagine they would be getting ruined. Also, I'm still really curious to see what these Pterodons do as well. You know, they're still just waiting there, Pterodon riders ready to be thrown into combat, as more and more of the Lizardmen just hold the line, keeping the enemy at bay. No one giving any quarter. The battle is just raging throughout the city as well. The javelins, again, being the MVPs. I know I keep on harping on about it, but they really are getting some nice throws off, and they're being used so effectively. But I also think it's because the Lizardmen infantry can just simply hold as well as it's holding. Because we are using radius, because we are using several other mods as well, which just make these battles last a bit longer. The Lizardmen infantry have been very elite, so they've managed to be able to hold the line and enable these javelins to get as many javelin throws off as they have. However, though, they're going to be getting their day ruined by these Warriors of Tzeentch, who have now engaged them, and I imagine the Warriors of Tzeentch are going to be overwhelming them. We also get the entire Central Plaza as well being completely taken out by the Chaos Warriors, who are going to be running through, looking for a lot of blood and damage. Yeah, they're going to be completely outflanking these guys, using the woods to their advantage and pushing on and overwhelming this city defense. Pink Horrors, though, have gone down almost, you know, maybe a couple more javelin throws and they're all going to get slaughtered. So, you know, taking these guys out is really vital. One of the units is actually just going to straight up rout from this field of battle. The javelins, I think, are maybe going to try and charge them. Yes, the charge of the Light Brigade going in, charging down these warriors, and they're going to finally bring them down. And I imagine we'll kill them really quickly just because they don't have a lot of HP left. The other unit, I think, just routed. We do have some Chaos chosen by the followers of Khorne even being brought up. I mean, these brave javelin men charged in. They're going to get absolutely eviscerated by the followers of Khorne. But they held their own and they did a lot of damage, so you cannot blame them. You cannot fault them for anything. I'm also really impressed with how well this Skink Brave Javelin unit is doing. They're doing an insane job right now. Just keeping the line sturdy. Oh, some more magic being popped off on them though. We also have a great unclean one. We also have this unit of Saurus Warriors holding that line on the left. And I feel like this is actually a good balance for the Saurus Warriors, honestly, because like I feel like in the base game of Warhammer 2, the Saurus Warriors, oh my great unclean one is ruining them. But the Saurus Warriors are good, but they're just really tanky and they don't seem to do any damage whatsoever. So whenever they're in an even fight, they're gonna just hold off for a long time, but then they're eventually going to die. Which obviously just isn't the case. These are like elite warriors, or you know, they're tanky because they're lizards, for God's sake. But they're also, you know, skilled warriors. And I feel like the game, you know, especially like Temple Guard, just don't really live up to their name. The javelins are going to be broken down now. And I just love that we still have this final last stand. You know, there's still so many units left remaining. You know, 2,000 men on either side, ready to keep this battle. There's just still such an epic last stand, still ready to be had, and we've had almost 40 minutes of the battle, and then there's still an entire another Khorne army out here, which is gonna, I imagine, be pushed up. Look at these bloodletters as well. So many of them, and these guys are simply just biding their time, waiting for the opportunity to pour into the city and do some real big damage. Yeah, we've got a few warriors of Khorne in here, but not too many. And it's mainly just going to be the Chaos Dwarfs which are engaged. Also, what are these units back here? Are these some like knights or something? No, just some more Plague Reapers as well. Probably it's such a cool unit for Nurgle. So I think we're going to be wrapping up the second siege of this, the second stage of this battle. I'm also so impressed with how well, like, obviously these warriors are going to die, but it's taking them a little while to die. And they're actually doing some pretty good damage. The Skink Braves. I mean, these guys were depleted beforehand, I'll give them that, but they're actually doing some really good damage to these guys. Wow, I was not expecting that. I mean, the morale isn't great, and obviously we do have the Demon Netters coming up as well. And these guys are going to do some great damage. I love their great swords as well. Yeah, they're going to cut them down and probably rout them. Also, the Great Unclean One is back here. Only has half HP though, so I imagine not lasting for much longer. And I love this movement right here from the forces of the Chosen. Going to come around and hit these Skink Braves. If they need to, they might just rout them before having the need to. But they're going to come around and hit these guys and just help out break up this final defense right now, as we do have the last stand raring to go. They're not going to give up this castle lightly, this city lightly. The Siege of Destiny has definitely lived up to his name so far, as more and more soldiers come pouring in. Hold this line. There are still a few Brave Saurus warriors trying to duke it out with this Unclean One, but he is obviously going to be finishing on. There's also still more Pink Horrors. How have they survived this battle? I do not understand. The flank finally closed in on these Skink Braves, and they are also dead now as well. So if we take a little glimpse of the battlefield, we'll look at Balance Power. Balance Power is slightly in the favour of the Chaos Warriors, but nothing too hectic or crazy. We also have a little bit of harassment right here as well. These riders are coming in, hammer and anviling against the Saurus Warriors with shields. I hope the Saurus Warriors have better units back here, because if they don't, these Saurus Warriors with shields are going to get slaughtered by the elite army left in by Khorne. Because here we go, Khorne is now bringing its army into the battle itself, running its way through the streets. Pouring in with its elite Skull Crushers, Bloodthirsters and Bloodletters alike.
Chaos will reign.
Chaos will reign indeed. I don't know who is going to come out on top of this battle. I really, really don't. More Warriors of Slaanesh right there, running around this fortress. I mean, this could honestly go either way still, as the Balance Power is so goddamn close. We do have some nice ambushes set up. This looks like a really weak point right here for the warriors of the Lizardmen. They could easily get outflanked here, but if the Chaos just kind of use their brains a little bit and make their way around the flank, they could easily break them up. But here we go, the final battle for the city. I imagine it has now erupted. You know, they do have some men falling back to the palace, so I don't know who is going to win this engagement on this layer. I mean, I imagine the Lisbon are going to get pushed out. They still have, you know, some pretty good units. And obviously all their generals, I imagine the Winds of Magic is not looking great. But it looks like the Lord of Change is casting some spells. Oh, there we go, a nice little banish? No, not banish. This is, what is this? I can't even remember. Oh, if you said it, I would know it. I literally, it's on the tip of my tongue. But I cannot remember. I should have just hovered over the Lord of Change, probably would have told me. Chaos Warriors fighting bravely. I also love as well how we can just see the final stand back there in the background. That just looks very, very cool. I love the weapons as well for these Saurus Warriors. Are they a named Saurus Warrior unit? Saurus Totem Warriors with clubs. Yeah, they look cool. I love their weapons they've got given. This is really unique and different. Very cool indeed. Nice little Noah regeneration. Is this cold-blooded on them or is this something else? No, it is a revitalization crystal, which is more important. Cold-blooded would probably not be a good idea right there. Oh, and the big boy is turning up. Look at him go. What a beast. He is coming up. And he's going to go charging in. I'm expecting some good damage off of him. The Lord of Chosen has had his fun. And now it is the Lizardmen Lord's turn to start sending these warriors flying. I also love how crisp though these Plague Warriors look. Their armor just looks really nice. Oh, that swing with his weapon is beautiful. And the Pterodon Riders are starting to make their move, I think. Good push right there. The Great Unclean One should be coming over here for this engagement. We also have more Saurus Warriors with spears holding that front line. But no Chaos Warriors going around this left flank, which is, again, as I said, just really surprising. Maybe that's exactly what these guys are going to be doing, but I guess I kind of have to commit their soldiers to this front line. I'm keeping my eye on these Pterodon Riders. It looks like they are descending upon this Chaos. Yeah, it looks like they're going on to the Pleasure Cannon. Oh, Slanesh, you're such a funny faction. The Pleasure Cannon is being pushed up, but it does look like that the Sky cohorts are going to be descending upon them, harassing these guys as much as they can, trying to stop this cannon from firing. No pleasure to be had here, boys. Finally, nice. This is a really good move right here. This should hopefully open up and show Chaos that there's only one unit right here, and then they should start pouring in. I mean, I imagine we'll see Khorne bringing their forces over here. Yeah, you can already see them committing nice moves right there. The Great Unclean One, and we also have this Forsaken Giant as well, fighting hard. But I just love the mix of this battle. It's tactic, but it's also super cinematic as well. You know, a lot of the times you get people like really just, it's not so much it being strategy, it's more of it being gaming the game, if that makes sense, like kind of just abusing the flaws in the game to make stuff happen. Whereas this battle was kind of, you know, just been, you know, strategic. The armies have been smart with one of the committed stuff. But it's also been extremely cinematic, and people have been, you know, they're not just holding one choke point. They form their defenses throughout the city. And I think that's largely down to the battle, the engagements just lasting longer. And I'm not sure whether that's Radius or if that's another mod we're using. Again, you can find all the mods that have been used in this battle in the description down below. But I'm not sure. I think that's just because the battles are longer. It kind of gives the player a lot more opportunity to then have these smarter decisions, to then be a lot more strategic, because units just aren't going to die in 10 seconds. You'll just be like, oh well, better send another one in. Oh well, better send another one in, and just keep on kind of doing small tactics. Whereas this kind of has allowed, you know, because there are so many long engagements for people to continue to go on. And wow, look at this unit of Lizardmen completely surrounded. The Unclean One is ferociously above them. The Bloodletters are up here as well. And yet the Lizardmen are fighting on bravely in a rampage, in a bloodlust. You cannot fault these Lizardmen. They have fought bravely, that is for sure. The Lord of Change over there. We also have a Bastillodon laser crystal as well. I imagine he's out of ammunition. Charge. He says there's a little bit of ammunition left. The Lizardmen are slowly getting brought down one by one. Back to back though, fighting on. I cannot believe that. They are fighting to the bitter end. That is absolutely awesome. How's this big boy doing now? He's still sending people flying. HP wise, he's getting taken down pretty quickly. He's trying his best though. 29 kills here. I think he's just so ill-supported at the moment. And that's one of the problems you have to fight with when you're using Lizard Men. There's a lot of the time Lizard Men end up just not having enough kind of forces to catch up with like Krokgar as he goes flying into enemy ranks. More of the bloodletters being brought up to the battle. And it does look like this outer layer has been broken back, and I think the forces, yeah, are retreating to the inner city. Only 14 minutes left of this replay, and I want to thank you, everyone who has watched the entire battle so far. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for sticking with it, and hopefully you've been having a good time and enjoying this battle. As you know, Sorcerer's shields is kind of just hiding, but if it's going to be getting completely surrounded if it's not careful. You have the Skull Takers of Khorne running through the trees themselves. And I imagine these guys are going to make quick work of the Saurus Warriors. Especially as I assume we'll be having the Lord of Change coming round with the rest of the units. As he does try and just slow up the rest of the reinforcements. They are going to be fully engaged by the Skull Takers. They take skulls for a reason. And I imagine a couple of Lizard Men skulls would make a nice little improvement to their collection. Well, if they win this battle, there's going to be plenty skulls left remaining. Skull Takers is definitely a strong force to be reckoned with. I also love as well in Warhammer how the city is getting destroyed as, you know, artillery and shells and other stuff are making their way through. You can see all the destruction right here of the city itself. How do the Pterodon Riders do? Pterodon Riders, I think, managed to kill a lot. Yeah, kill a lot of these units. They're also harassing this Bloodthirster back here as well. But here we go. The final attack is now kicking off. As soon as these Saurus Warriors go down, they're getting ruined by the the Skull Takers of Khorne. Yeah, these Saurus Warriors are just no match whatsoever. Yeah, the first couple units are pouring into the city. Here we have it. They're going to be met by the Horn Guard. You know, not exactly a bad unit whatsoever. Well, but no, they're going to be trying to form up. Yeah, this is a really smart move again. Forming up this box, some Rome 1 tactics. Allow the enemy to pour in and then just simply surround them from every single side. And they also obviously have this terrain. This temple is also going to be providing them with some great kind of natural cover as well. Because not only does it allow them to come in and funnel more units into this battle, it also allows the javelins to kill more bulked up units. So really, really smart move right here by the attackers. Krokgar, what are you doing, my dude? You are charging out looking for blood. Oh, wow. Krokgar is going in for it. Oh, just want to do a hand of gods right there. Try and take out this champion of Nurgle, who is actually really low. More of the Stylodons back there with their crystals. No, Krokgar is just going ham right now. Champion of Nurgle is so close to going down. Krokgar needs to be careful. Yeah, I think he's going to pop that swiftness and then charge the hell out of there. One of the really good benefits of Krokgar is he has a lot of getaways. The final battle for the Siege of Destiny, the City of Destiny, is underway. And what a battle it has been. So if you haven't dropped a like or a comment quite yet, I highly recommend doing it, because this has been truly an insane battle. And hopefully I have made it even more enjoyable for you guys. Pterodon Riders have come flying back now, and they're going to be in a good position right here. However, gaps are starting to appear. Oh, the Chaos Forces, if they could try and get some soldiers around here, attack these javelins back there, could be a great way of taking these guys out. There's also apparently some warriors back here as well. But there's an entire unit of Horde ones as well back here, some cavalry. Nice, and maybe actually managed to secure these Bastillodon crystals who have ammunition left. They could get brought up to the main engagement right now. We also have another Lord of the Skies as well. But it does look like all of the forces of Chaos are going to be getting thrown into this final battle right there. The Bloodthirster as well. And the Unclean One. The Giants. Oh, what a battle to behold. A truly, truly epic battle. So many missiles coming out. So many exciting warriors. So many crazy ass units. And it does look like the Lizard Men are going to be starting to commit a lot of their units. These javelins just have such good fire right now. The artillery coming in as well back here from these crystals with Bastillodon solar engines. all these javelins. Nice, the Forsaken Giant is actually going down as well. A couple more shots off by the javelins. I think the javelins are going to be the ones which really tip the tide of battle in the favour. You can also see back there the Bloodletter is getting focused down. I can't really see his HP. He's got a lot of HP left, but the Unclean One is also really low as well. A big charge here by the Ancient Stegodon as well, looking to do a lot of damage. We also get a huge hit off there, though, on the forces of Chaos there. Big little explosion, and that's going to be doing some crazy damage as the Ancient Stegodon just cuts off the retreat of these Warriors of Chaos. The battle is going to the wire right now. So many insane engagements. Oh, what the hell is that? That looks dope as hell. I don't know what it is. Oh, the delirious. Yeah, these guys are going to be going crazy right now. Some huge buffs right there. Is that on everyone? Is that on everyone? Yeah, basically it's just making everyone go crazy. That's on Chaos Forces alike. So everyone just has their damage increase, but their damage resistance decrease. That is awesome. I love the way mods just completely change the way gameplay works. And there's some pretty cool stuff like, what the hell is this? I don't think there's anything like this in Warhammer whatsoever. Even the revitalization crystals have been had to force them their way in. The Unclean One, who's the Unclean One fighting out there? That's what I want to see. Just some Pterodons? There's also some plague cannons up here. They're fighting the Pterodon riders. But both of the generals are really low. Well, at least this unit, the Unclean One is very low. How many kills is the Unclean One on? Almost 300, wow. Cavalry as well is back here. The Hormone Cavalry as well is hitting. No, where is the Hormone Cavalry? Has it been engaged yet? Or is it engaged back here? Maybe I missed it. I must have missed it. Or are they all the way over here? Sorry to take you guys away from the battle. Yeah, they're all the way over here trying to kill this pleasure cannon. They need to come back though, because they could. You know, the forces of chaos are dwindling. There's only 700 men left on each side right now. And we'll get back to the main show. This is what we want to be watching right here. Absolutely epic. Javelin throwing going in on both sides. The battle is just truly insane. You know, it lives up to their name. They were telling me in my Discord that this battle was the best battle they'd ever fought. And I cannot disagree with that whatsoever. This has definitely been my favourite Warhammer 2 battle. And probably favourite Warhammer 1 battle. And I'm normally one as well who kind of stays away from these 60-minute replays, but I'm so glad I did. I know that I can trust my Discord when it does come to these 60-minute replays. Because a lot of the times, like Medieval 1212, you'll have like a 60-minute replay, and that's a huge plague right there going on. You'll have these 60-minute replays, and like the first 25 minutes will be like them sending up one unit at a time, slowly engaging and just being really like pointlessly slow. Whereas I feel like this replay has had action from the beginning all the way to the end, and there's never been any dull moments. The people attacking have used their forces really well. They've committed their forces, you know, straight away. There's never been any time where I've been having to wait for people to bring up more and more forces. You know, there's always been stuff going on, which I think is a key to these longer replays to make them interesting for you guys. Does look like the forces of the Lisbon boat are pushing the Chaos back, whittling down their numbers. The Great Unclean One, Bloodburster going in. Balance of Power is starting to shift away from the Chaos forces, and is definitely going into the favour of the Lisbon men. Have they managed to hold this off? Especially with their Pterodon Riders, the Horn ones are coming back now. This is going to be such a powerful unit to kill all these other Chaos Warriors who are now running away from the battle. They could still come back here. The Horn ones is going to run these guys through. Oh no, the big boy is coming in though. He's going to be definitely a damaging unit to take down. He's also regenerating as well. Does look like they're looking to try and take out these spellcasters though, these sorceresses, and just try and take out the rest of their units. Only 5 minutes left. I think at this point, I honestly don't know who's going to win. All the creatures, because the thing is, both sides have a lot of creatures as well. You know, both sides have these Great Unclean Ones and Ancient Stegodons and Distillodons and crystals coming in, but also a lot of heavy infantry as well. I mean, look at the Lisbon there as well. They still have lots of these Javelin men as well, who do have ammunition left as well. They're going to be doing great against taking out these larger units. Oh wow, this battle could go down anyway right now. I think we're just going to stay here and just watch the last engagement. Unfortunately, we can't go underneath the wall itself, so we're just going to sit back here and watch this. Artillery coming in. I wonder, I'd love if there would be like a stat screen at the end of a battle, like a proper one where you can see like how many people were actually healed in this battle. Because I'd be very interested to know how much for cold-blooded regeneration on the unclean one and the other heroes, all the revitalization crystals, like how much regeneration that actually did to these guys. Which I guess again has been another reason why these battles have been going on for so long. So annoying it pushes me up now. Just want to go into this battle. The Lord of Change getting hit to the ground. I imagine he'll be back up on his feet though in any second now. Solar crystals being forced in right now. The unclean one is so close to going down. Bring him down, Legolas. Bring him down. He is so close, but javelins just need to finish him. He has been such a plague, pun intended, on the forces of Elizabeth. He just needs to die. Someone kill him, please. He's so low. No more regeneration for him either. 800 HP left. 3 minutes left of this engagement. 160 units left for the allied Chaos Forces. And 500 for the Lizardmen. They definitely have numbers, and I think they're going to clinch this one if I'm honest. Come on, please, bring him down. Yes, he is gone. The Great Unclean One has been defeated. Never to be seen again. More and more forces still being committed. This is truly the last stand. I think killing that Great Unclean One is going to be, yeah, you can see the Lizard men really starting to rack up the points now. They're pushing out. The Lizard men must have this battle. Now, they're looking to end this one, get revenge for their fallen warriors, and they have held back the tides. This ancient second just sends the warrior back down. The Bloodthirster down to the abyss. He's so many buffs on him, replenishing on himself as well. But everyone is coming in now. Yeah, the Chaos Warriors are in a broken mess right now. The Lord of Change has also been killed by the looks of it. And is it just that Bloodthirster left remaining? I think it is. And a few kind of sorceresses who still remain around the battlefield. So we can probably speed things up right now. Yeah, we can probably speed things up. But I don't think there's a few. Yeah, there's not really anything bad. So we'll speed things up. Because I think it's just this one unit left remaining. So there's no point spending 2 minutes just watching him fight down to the... I mean, we'll watch him, but yeah, he's probably going to... Can he rout? I think he's unbreakable, so he's probably not going to be able to be routed. But my God, what a good battle. Actually, let's use this last minute of the battle just to simply check out what happened here. So we have the first engagement right here at the gates themselves, the gates of destiny. Look at the bodies piling up. And then on the other gate side as well, it's so much damage. Like, look at that. The gate is filled with bodies piling up. If Warhammer had that Battle of the Bastards theme, the bodies would be piled up pretty heavily. They're fighting through the streets now. And then we got onto the second tier of defense right here. So many dead laying. And then we got onto the other side as well, again in these choke points. And then we got to the third layer as well, again in the trees. And then the final one right here was just manic. So much action, everyone piling in to fight one another. And there we go. It was classed as a draw because the Bloodletter obviously didn't get taken down and the timer ran out. However, I think it's safe to say the Lizardmen easily would have won that and cleaned that up if they would have had enough time. But wow, what a battle that was. Look how few men survived. Yeah, White Wolf having 400 of his elite guard left remaining, I think would have clinched it for the Lizardmen. So if we look at the kills, we can see that no one in this army, no one for Khorne really managed to do too much. And I think that's because they turned up very late. They were that final army. And by that time, the Chaos Forces were kind of somewhat depleted. And the Lizardmen had a lot of force. But I mean, these Bloodletters did do a good amount of damage. So nothing too bad. The Warriors of Tzeentch as well. A lot of their infantry doing some good damage. Obviously, these Chosen right here doing probably the best in that unit. The Warriors of Slaanesh now, we can see everyone doing okay. No one really racking up a crazy amount of kills. And then finally, we do have the Unclean One. 361 kills is just revolting. The rest of his infantry as well, all doing great. On the Lizardmen side, we can see again that Kroq-Gar doing some good damage with his Wanderer right there, and the rest of the infantry all doing pretty impressive. 200 kills on the Slam Mage Priest of Light and the Kroq-Gars, and also the Horn Guard as well, doing doing a very nice job. And then finally, Mazdamundi's army, I think, was the MVP of that battle. Lots of good kills with the javelins, which I really think turned the tide for this engagement. And also, obviously, the Blessed Temple Guard. 200 kills, all of these guys over 200 kills. Very nice indeed. So, holy crap. That was such a good replay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please drop a like and a comment down below. It will help get this battle out there to more people, and I think more people need to see this engagement because it was just insane. I don't even know what to title this video because I want to title it the best video ever, like the best Warhammer 2 battle ever, but I'm not sure if that's going to do well. I just don't know. I just want more people to see this because it was so goddamn good. So massive thank you to my Discord for sending this in and creating not only a strategic battle but also a cinematic one, which I think you guys hit the nail on the head with this one. If you guys want to be a part of these battles, then make sure to join my Discord. The link will be in the description down below. Just ask in general chat for a tag which will notify you for when people start these battles, and I guess I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.